it's good to go like this space, a little bit thick. Even you can color it and separate the white of snowman with hat and shawl or scarf. And then this is the other part, which is move down and reach this side of the canvas. And even here, 2 parallel lines. I prefer to add a tone on it. Doesn't need to be perfect, just add a tone. We will go on top and bring the exact color that we see here. Just add a tone to make it separate. Like a C curve. But the details that it look like the wool or something, we will do later. For now, I just simply make drawing. But when I am going down here, it should be narrow. My C curve shape more narrow here on both left and right, but when I am on top, it's a little bit thicker. And the top of the hat, it's look like triangle, but my triangle is moved toward right. So it's gentle C curve here. I see it's not straight, it's C curve. And then imagine with another part, it's come down here, but it's like convex and concave. One is concave, one is convex, like that. After you shape it like this, a little bit more curve, I continue from the top part because it should be connect another tiny part. I cannot say it's like triangle, it's like cylinder a little bit. Move down, bring it down. And from here, bring down again. And with the circle, try to reach to the hat. Just I would like to separate the blue part from the snow, and it's start from here and then continue here, this side. Then I would like to add the blue color. It can be a little bit light blue, but it's most of the part is cobalt blue if you have. Cobalt would be better, more match with the painting. But we can have 2 blue, light and dark. By adding cobalt. And I have a little bit brown, which is good for here. And we need the white color as well. I'm interested to bring this light blue too. Some part, even on the light of the snow, it's interesting to have. Just a bit would be okay. And then the other color that I would like to bring, because you see the feeling of yellowy color we have here, it's not warm yellow. It's something like this kind of yellow. It's yellow ochre, or even if you have raw sienna, some like this color. And I forgot to mention, I really love to mix everything by palette knife. So if you have palette knife, please mix your paint with that. I go a little bit the bigger size of brush. Around the head is darker, so I am applying with this dark color. It's not exactly just the dark, it's mixture of dark and light, so I apply with this one. At the same time, bring another value as well. So I don't want to let it dry. And please not use any water in your paint. With this 3 blue color, we bring all at the same time and try to help these colors, different value of blue, mix together. And you see I bring the dark tone and bring the cobalt and the light tone and try gently help these mix into each other. When you want to let them mix together, very gently please touch those with the tip of your brush, not pressure. I just bring very light. This nice color here. And I start with the left side, but I know that on the left side I need to bring some warmer color as well, beside this bluey tone. So after I finish with the blue, even I can bring some dark tone here. And it's lovely because they have a chance to mix together when they are wet. And then you can see if you're happy with the value, leave it get dry. If not, bring darker tone on top and just with the stroke, very gently, so loose, touch your surface. I see some feeling of light tone we need to have. Clean the brush with napkin, not with water. We don't clean it with the water during adding on top of canvas. Just bring the pure white color a little bit when it's wet. Just touch the surface, the background very gently with the pure white color. The blue is wet, so give us a nice movement when they both color are wet. Even you can change the angle of your brush stroke, bring it like that. And even please not use the line between the snow and the sky or the distance. You can, with an angle, bring some white color here and let it move into the snow part with the white. But make sure so loose and gentle. Do that, not to actually cancel the blue part. We need to keep that part as well to see. And then I clean the brush again with napkin like this. Just a creamy color, would like to have a feeling of creamy color. Just with some stroke would be really lovely to see here. And let it mix with the blue. Even just a bit dark brown. With some stroke, lovely to have it there. even for having a nice painting, because always different tone and colors, it's interesting to bring to your painting. You can use this blue with the white, or even some part this one, cobalt as well. And then the pure white, just three color. Pure white color, mixture of light blue with the white, which is this one, or even some brush stroke with this light blue that you premix with the cobalt before. And you have already on in your palette. Just you need to, and then I start close to the snowman body. I start with this blue, just add a tone here around to be a little bit darker. I know it's not much dark, but I will bring this one close to that. And then move on with this light blue that I have. It's already mixed with the cobalt and blue and white color, and give me like an icy color. These two blue, it's nice to mix together sometimes. And then one stroke, very gently touch your background. And when we are close to the stance landscape, we can bring the pure white color even here. And then at the same time, because the background color is start to get dry and it's not wet. Even if we want to get rid of the edges, we can make that wet again. But it's okay if you don't do that. You can have the edges, that's fine. So pure white color close to that, even close to the shawl, to give us nice and warm color. This is already white, but it's a warm white. A little bit more we need to see some changes. So this is creamy, and that's the pure white color, which is good for our snowman. And even we have already the blue color if we need to add. The light blue, I mean. So take your brush, please, with any size that you're comfortable and match with your canvas. I start with this creamy color first, the darker tone, and I adding some tone around here on the bottom body. It doesn't matter you start with the face or body, that's fine, both. And you don't need to be just straight line. You can move into the shawl as well a little bit, but please add a heavy paint to be completely wet, to add another tone which is white, and let them mix together. I move a little inside to shape some details more. And then with the pure white color, I will come and then move it into the creamy tone. And you can make a texture on top, which is interesting for snowman. Make a texture, I mean heavy paint. I will let you know, see what happened. I make a texture. I take heavy paint like a white and bring it on top and let it like that, be like that. Not just rub it a lot and make it more flat. I just leave some paint to be visible. It's completely white and I hope it's visible. And then around the right side would be, the edges would be a little creamy tone, warm color. You can add and then bring the pure white color and bring close to that creamy color. When both color be wet, they mix in together very gently. Even you can bring some warm tone inside the body too. Or even if you like, bluey color. Some stroke with the blue would be interesting to have some part because it's icy and wet. Then I have a smaller brush would be better for the hat. It's a little bit more detaily and smaller. So I'm going to add the paint with a smaller brush. I'm adding this top part because I'm not sure the face is completely dry or not. I don't want to move through that. Adding the dark color. First of all, we start with the dark color. So I add some dark tone here. It's beside the darkness, that's fine, doesn't matter. Bring some stroke with this dark brown. Even the right side is more dark, but I'm not letting dry. Take this color, which is yellow ochre or creamy, because we would like to help it wet and fade together. And then from this angle, because the way of brush stroke should be like that, with curvy shape, and then the angle should be like this, and then bring it inside the brown. Make sure the edges shouldn't be really straight. It's better to, you see that the wool hat or something, it's not straight. It's a little bit go up and down. You can play with that. Bring it curve like this. Even back to the dark color. From here, move on into the creamy with the dark tone. Randomly, I would like to add some line in it. It's just the way that it shows, like that. And then even here, some dark color is on the bottom part. And on the top part, just a pure raw sienna or yellow ochre. When you use heavy paint, it really takes time to get dry, so you'll have a chance to bring the light tone on top as well. Like that. And then clean the brush. Move on into this creamy color that you make before, and then from this side, just one stroke. Just with the stroke, you can bring the light tone. Sometimes it's a start to get dry. That's fine. Like me here. Here is a start to get dry. And just a pure and sharp color of light is visible. We can get rid of it by adding the pure yellow ochre. So we need to back to the light, mid-tone, and dark color at the same time. And even you can make a texture on top of your painting. So bring the mid-tone color very gently with less pressure, just adding a tone on top of this light tone that you add, mid-tone color here. I start with a dark tone. For this part, when it's close to the face, it's darker, and then when it's moved up, it's lighter. So again, with the dark brown, we can add here to make it wet. Even if it's dark brown, that's fine. Again, please add a tone, add a dark tone on it to make it a little bit wet because of mixture on yellow ochre we need to have. And it's better not to be straight. So please bring your brush stroke like this way to help it come inside the face as well. We would like to be a little bit look like the wool hat. So it's not really straight and clean line. Like this. And then at the same time, bring the yellow ochre. This time the stroke is like this way, top to the bottom, and make it like this shape. Separate curve part from top to the bottom. Please not make it very big. In the brush, any part you see you need to add a little darker brown, please add and let it be more nice and accurate. Even on the bottom part, sometimes I disappear the darkness, so I need to add more. And then clean the brush with the napkin. Move on to the creamy color. It's better to be small and dry brush, like this touch of the top part. I try to touch it like this to show that this wool hat a little gently and then connect it together. Not just with a straight line because it's not give me the result that I want for this shape of the hat. I just add some stroke like this. When you finish with the dark tone, clean the brush with napkin. Move on with the warm color, which is yellow ochre on top. Then bring some stroke, the same angle that we do the dark brown, like that. And it mixed with the brown, which is interesting, and we need that. We don't want to have light tone. We need to mixture of these two colors together. It's more realistic style. And then heavy paint, always interesting to make your painting and stroke be more nice. And then just clean it with napkin, move on toward the lighter tone. Light tone on the left side is more than on the right side. So for the light tone, we need to do like that, this stroke, to make it look like wool. Heavy paint on top, and then very gently try to add some stroke like this way on top. Even if it's okay when you bring it close to the dark, just make it disappear. But when you are close to the left side, bring it more with the stroke. With round and pointy brush, which is good for details, I'm going to dilute my tip of brush into the black. First, I would like to draw the smiley mouth like that. Start from here and then finish here. Very gently, I try to be narrow line and then try to connect with a gentle C curve these two together. It's okay if some part a little bit thicker than the other part would be okay. I make it completely dark and then bring one dot as a white color on top of it later. And then here another oval shape for the eyes. Even the bottom is, I can say it's circular oval, something like that. And then you can add it here with the black. For the nose, it's orange. So if you have orange, would be great to use. If not, you can mix yellow with red. And then I would like to bring some tone around the uh, bottom because it's not really sharp dark color. It's a little fade around it. So I can go with this creamy tone, diluted the brush like that, then try to bring a little inside. It should be dry because if it's wet, it mixes with the color. I just try to get rid of the edges and make it fade. Clean the brush again, back to the pure white color and bring it around it. So we can help it disappear, not be really clear circular shape of bottom. And we need just shadow here on this part of the nose and the shadow a little bit feeling of blue. And now I am going to add watery brush with this light blue. So watery, and it's already dark black. I need to clean it, sorry. Just watery blue and should be dry completely here. With the watery brush, I just adding a gentle movement and make the shadow here. and let it dry. Even if you like, we can add the gentle shadow here too. It should be watery, so it's not really hard. Just a feeling of blue can come on top of snowman.